Okay, well, I'm beginning to like these videos. I don't know, maybe it's just trying to help people to understand uh, how easy meal prep really is. I mean, when 80% of a person's success when it comes to fat loss, weight gain coming from muscle mass, whether it's training for a sport or whatever it is you're doing, just to have enough energy in your life so that you don't say at 3 in the afternoon, oh, I'm so tired, which means you have no energy, which means you don't have enough food. So sometimes, just maybe watching a video like this to show you even what I might do might help you a little bit. So anyway, I just got back from the chiropractor. I've already eaten my meals for this morning, and now since it's 12:30, this would actually be sort of going on to a lunch, but this right here is going to be sort of an interim between this meal and my next meal, which will be my lunch. But I'm going to make eggs, just simple. So I'm going to show you just how I make eggs and the amounts that I make and how I like them and so on and so forth. So here, watch this. Okay, it's nothing exciting, but here's a frying pan. And I always will use ham spray. All right. And the first thing with me is I love onions, and onions give a great flavor to everything. And these I buy at Palma, and they're already cut. So, like sometimes I don't have a lot of time to do certain things. So, I just shove them in. How much? They don't really matter to me. All right. It's not a carbohydrate that I have to particularly worry about. All right. What else I like, if I'm going to be able to open it, is garlic. All right. So this as well, garlic, it's frozen. It saves having to cut things up. I mean, the preparation time when you do things like this is really minimal, I mean, it's just a matter of just, there you go, breaking your garlic up. All right. I don't mind getting my hands dirty. Wow, this isn't dirty for me. Anyway, this is the first part of it. So I'm just going to let that simmer. All right, so this, depending on the heat, if I'm impatient, I just put it to 7, 8. I put the heat up as high as I possibly can, really, without burning it, and then just kind of fool around. I don't mind spices. I'm not a spice person, to be honest with you. I don't mind a few things. Salt. I find it's better to cook with salt than it is to put salt on afterwards. Pepper. I never used to like pepper, but now I do. That's that. It's always good to have a drawer full of spices. And this is just mixed herbs. I usually put this on my chicken as well. All right. And now it's already starting to smell really, really good. So I'm going to let this do its job. It's going to take a couple minutes, I usually make a mess. It won't go without fail. So I'll let this simmer for, a little bit, nothing too long, a few minutes. And then I'll come back and put the eggs in and we'll go. Okay, well, we're back. Well, I'm back. And you haven't gone anywhere, hopefully. So now my onions have sauteed themselves. It smells good. Everything is great. And now really just simply eggs. Now I know some people, when I tell them how many eggs I eat, they get a little bit concerned. They think that eating eggs is contrary to health, and that they think that the best way of increasing bad cholesterol is by eating eggs. Well, that is just not true, and it's not founded as well. And as a matter of fact, anyone who actually eats plenty of eggs, lives a healthy lifestyle, is active, exercising, walking, whatever the case is, can tell you when they go to the doctor for blood tests, unless they hereditary have this issue, their cholesterol levels will be low.
Hey, Dr. Berg here. In this video, we're going to talk about egg yolks. So many people, when they tell me that they're eating eggs, they're not eating the yolk part, they're eating the white. And the benefit of the egg yolk is huge. And I'm going to cover 3 reasons why you should start eating the egg yolk. It's actually in my book under eggs and cholesterol. I think the big concern with people is that they're afraid of increasing their cholesterol. But the fact is that egg yolks will only increase the good cholesterol, the HDL. And just to back up a little bit, I want to explain what HDL really is. The difference between the good cholesterol, HDL, and the bad cholesterol really has to do with the direction of where that cholesterol is going in relationship to the liver. The cholesterol coming out of the liver is considered good cholesterol, and the cholesterol going into the liver is considered bad. So really, if both of these are high, but the exchange is balanced, then all that means is your body needs a little more cholesterol to heal something, because one of the functions, it acts as a natural band-aid to heal different parts of the body when you're under stress. So you want to look at the full picture, not just the total cholesterol, and the relationship between going out and going in. And the fact is that even HDL or LDL, that's not even cholesterol. It stands for high density lipoproteins, low density lipoproteins. So they're actually proteins that carry the cholesterol either out of the liver or in the liver. So we just want to look at the exchange of those two. But the fact is that the egg yolk will increase some cholesterol, but only the good cholesterol. So you have nothing to worry about there. Egg yolks have way more nutrition, vitamins, minerals, than the egg whites. Okay, that's another interesting point. The other benefit of cholesterol from the egg yolk is that it supports hormones, specifically cortisol and other adrenal hormones. So when you're under stress, the reason why the cholesterol goes up is it needs more cholesterol to build more of that stress hormone. Egg yolks might contain per egg about 400, maybe, actually it's 300 milligrams of cholesterol, but don't be concerned about that, because your body makes 2,000 milligrams of cholesterol every single day. So you can imagine how many eggs you'd have to eat to equal 2,000. So the bottom line is that if your body makes it and you eat some of it, it'll make less of it. It adapts to that. So anytime anyone tells you that cholesterol is bad, all you have to do is ask them what's the purpose of cholesterol, and they should know that it supports hormones. It's a natural band-aid to heal the body, and it's a precursor for hormones. And also ask them, if it's so bad, why does your body make 2,000 milligrams of cholesterol every single day? So there must be a reason for that. All right? So I just wanted to touch on egg yolks, and don't be afraid of eating them. It's actually a very healthy thing to do.
One egg has 5 grams of fat. So if one egg has 5 grams of fat, then I just took in 40 grams of fat. I'd rather take in 40 grams of fat from a good source of food as eggs versus taking 40 grams of fat in from a horrible, burger, And so some people have, in a day, well, my fat totals for the day would include 100 grams of fat for the day. That's also because my calorie count is between 3,500 to 4,000 calories per day. So my fat percentage of everything is quite low. 40% carbohydrates, 40% protein, so 80, and about 20% fats. That's all. See, when this just goes to prove that some men have issues with multitasking, because as I'm trying to not burn my eggs and hold a conversation, I'm starting to fail miserably. Anyway, I'm going to cook the eggs, and then I'll come back and I'll show you what they look like on my plate. Okay? So, as I said, this is a very simple meal to make. It's nothing serious, but just gives you an idea how it can look, how you can eat it, how you can prepare. Okay, so I'm back now, and my eggs are done. So this is 8 whole eggs, onions, garlic, and of course I do like a little bit of flavor. So what I use is sweet and sour sauce. Called sweet and sour sauce. It's kind of like salsa to me. Anyway, so I like to put that all over. Okay, there's a little bit of sweetness to it, a little bit of sugar. But listen, when you're as active as I am, the truth of the matter is a little bit of sugar isn't going to kill you. When you're active and you're eating healthy and consistently the same, your metabolism is flying. Now, in my case, it is flying because as soon as I start eating, I start sweating immediately. So this just goes to say that whatever food is actually going in my body is going to be utilized almost immediately as energy and just spit right out. So a little bit of sugar isn't going to hurt me. And this is where you have to start making some decisions about how it is that your body is actually functioning. Obviously, I'm not telling everyone to go eat 8 eggs or 12 eggs. But, if somebody is training heavily or competing, or an athlete that's a runner or whatever the case is, you use your head and you start to say, well, I can afford these kinds of calories or these amounts. But this meal right here is fine for somebody who is on let's say, a fat-reduced meal plan to decrease body fat. 4, 5, 6, half a dozen egg whites with 1 or 2 yellows isn't going to hurt you. Egg yolk is comparable to avocado or to, natural peanut butter. So, it's not like if you want to have eggs with the yolk, don't have natural peanut butter in that meal. Because I'm having eggs, I also need to have some carbohydrates. So I'm going to, I've already nicely prepared my thing of water, and I'm going to stick now some peanut butter in here. You're going to say, why? You just said don't have eggs and peanut butter together. I didn't say that. I said you can switch or substitute. But in this case, yummy. I'm going to have both. Now I'm going to eat my oats as well because here's my carbohydrates in this meal. All right, so this will start to look like I'll put in about 150 grams of oats. Okay, now is that exact? Absolutely not, because I'm not using a blender or I'm not using a weigh scale, but I'm going to be okay with that. All right, so you're saying, what? Just eggs, or water, oats, and peanut butter? Is it good? Yeah. I'll blend it. You could. You could just leave the oats soak in water. It's fine as well. So here you go. Our complex carbohydrates. We're sitting at a few hundred calories. With this, we're sitting at almost 200 calories here too. So this is about a 450 calorie meal. About 50 grams of fat, carbs. So that is how I have my mid-morning meal. Simple, easy, didn't take a long time to prep. The worst thing about all of this is the mess that I make. Anyway, hope that helps you.